Excitement! Hello everybody, this is Bloodfencer talking, and today I'm going to play some Minecraft for a change. Yes, because lately we've had the 1.7 update. And I'm just gonna go ahead, create a new world, gonna name it... I like to give it like fantasy like names, call it... Oh, I'm so bad. Caldrus. That sounds like a good name. Going to allow cheats just for... take a bonus chest to speed things up a little in the beginning. Allow cheats just in case. I'm not going to use them from the get-go, and let's just start with a random seed, and let's go right ahead. Loading, and we're in. And of course the first couple torches already popped off, and they were nowhere near the fucking chest. So yeah, it's 1.7 time. The starting chest now has a chance of containing acacia wood. And by what I can tell, it's a pretty high chance that it contains acacia wood, because it has contained acacia wood for about 90% of the time that I tried it. Okay, let's have a look. Ooh, oh, this is nice. Spawn right on top. Wow, we spawn up really high. We spawned really high up. Ooh. So this series is basically going to be the same format as my Spelunky series, as in, well, actually this is supposed to be like all my indie game series, where I just casually play the game, or where I play the game while casually talking to you guys. I have to try and get down here somehow. Oh man, this is bad. Okay, only took minor damage, all minor damage, very minor damage. Getting down a mountain is always the hard part. So yeah, I'm going to play Minecraft for a bit now in... not in exchange for Spelunky, but just to mix it up a little, because I haven't been feeling like... not Spelunky, like Castle Crashes, which was my the other series that I started, but didn't actually kind of produce any more content. I still have to cut up the videos. I recorded some more with screams, and I still need to cut those up into sizable chunks of episode goodness. But for now, yeah, I'm probably going to do that tomorrow or Wednesday, whenever I get around to it, because it's a bit of a fidgety. It's a bit fidgety to work with. So I'm not playing in full screen mode, so I hope that Bandicam is doing fine and is only recording the game itself and not all the other stuff around, because that would be really annoying. That would be bad. Yes, as I said, the format. I'll just play the game as I always do. Oh wait, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot to open this so I can get the Get Wood achievement. Getting wood! Format. I'll just play the game as I always do, like I do with Spelunky, and while I'm playing the game, I'll casually talk to you guys. Because I find that is a very good format, and it makes up for some great contemplation, and for some, I'll say, decent content. Not maybe not the best content ever, but decent. And look at that sweet world generation. Wow. Just look at that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is amazing. So, as I said, 1.7. We got quite a couple of changes since 1.6? It's not many changes since 1.6, but actually it is. So, first of all, you'll see, you'll notice that world generation is a lot smoother now. I'm just going to recap this for everyone who doesn't keep up with Minecraft. The world generation is a lot smoother now. You have less of these chunky, weird bits and bobs everywhere. Instead, everything fits quite nicely into each other. I did not get any food. Oh, shit. Alright. Also, the thing to note, I am not going to tell you guys... I'm not going to do this like tutorial thing that some guys do at the beginning, where you go around, oh, I punch wood so I can get the wood, so I can have materials for crafting, and I punch grass so I can plant food. I'm not going to do that stuff because, let's face it, there's a lot of Minecraft Let's Players out there. You've all seen this shit before, and really, this is less to teach you guys about the game and more for just playing the game and having a relaxing little talk with you all. Okay, I could actually kill some of the pigs, and I think I want to make a base up here. Yeah, this is a pretty nice little area. We've got a lot of water going on, which usually I would mind, but in this case it's okay. I might go through the effort and terraform this little bay area here into just straight flat stuff. But for now, I'll need a crafting bench. Oh wait, I already got a stone pickaxe. Well, that just made things a lot easier for me. So, what happened today? You are probably all wondering. If you are wondering, that's really nice of you guys. I like your interest in my life. This could potentially become interesting. So today is one of these days. Do you know these days where you just walk up in the morning? Walk up. Where you just wake up in the morning and it's like, today is a great day. I'm in a great mood. Nothing can make my day bad. And as always the case, life just likes to throw shit at you to make you feel bad. And I can honestly say that today was, all in all, it was a pretty bad day, but still I feel like everything's okay. At least to me. So the first thing that happened to me today was I got robbed. I sat down in my car and drove to work, and I was like, it's a bit drafty in here. And for some reason the road sounds a lot closer than it should. And I had to stop at a red light and looked behind me, checked the window for the seat behind the driver's seat, and it was slightly open. And I was like, oh shit, did I actually forget to close the window? And then I was like, oh shit, is something gone? And I I'm still standing at the red light, and I'm looking around. And the first thing I check, of course, is the glove compartment, where I keep my semi-valuable stuff. Well, I don't really keep valuables in my car. I have like a bunch of CDs. That's it, actually. Just a bunch of CDs. But one thing that I kept in there was a small navigation device, and that is gone. So I still feel that I'm pretty lucky because oh shit, I should make a sword. Because I'm going to say because a lot now, as I think what I'm going to say. Because the car isn't broken or anything. They were kind enough to leave the windows intact. And nothing else really is gone. Just that one tiny little thing. Oh crap. I can't do this door as I thought I would. I could. Oh, I need to take that out, don't I? If I wanna. No, we're gonna do this differently. Yeah, I wanted to be fancy and do like a double door thing where you can walk in vertically, diagonally, but now it's just going to be like this, and that looks really fucking ugly. Terrible. And that looks terrible too. Maybe there? Oh gosh. So yeah, first thing in the morning, I checked my car and I got robbed. This looks acceptable. It's dark already. I do not have any wood. I can make a furnace though. I can make several furnace. But let's just take the one for now. And just turn some... Oh no, I want to keep all of these logs. I like... Actually, we got a lot of birchwood around, so... I'm not sure. How much do I need for one charcoal? So yeah, my car is perfectly intact. They just took the one thing. It's really not that big of a deal because the navigation device was really old. It wasn't probably worth more than $10 nowadays. I'd be really surprised if anyone paid them more than $10 for that old piece of crap. Oh, I'm dumb. I have torches. I can put up torches. I still haven't... Oh no. Please don't bash the door. But yeah, that was the first thing that happened today that kind of sucked. So then today at work we got this new intern. She actually works for the what's it called? She actually works for health management, but she's... Oh shit! Okay, we got armor, but she's going to do a 4-week internship at our practice. And just normal red flash. And basically, since all of my colleagues are always very busy during their work, I kind of had to show her along. I had to show her how we do things in our practice, and I have to. I have to say I'm a trainee, and I don't really think that it's okay for me to supervise anyone. I do not want. I'm there to learn. I still don't have all the routines we got perfectly down. I still need to learn everything. Like, basically just like she does. And I don't feel like I can take the responsibility of teaching someone else how we do stuff at work. Yeah. Actually, no, I want that 1 over. Maybe make another chest. But yeah, so all day I had the rather minimal stress because she's quite competent. The intern we got right now, she's quite competent. I had the stress of supervising her while also doing my job and still learning stuff that I need to know for this job, which hopefully I'm not going to be doing for much longer if I get accepted into university to do my translator job thing. Oh, I really want to be successful on that translator thing. Because I can't imagine anything cooler than becoming a translator. You guys can disagree all you want, but to me, being a translator is pretty much the ultimate job that I can get. Did I put my... I didn't make any sticks. So, something else that happened at work. Sometimes we have to check a patient's like gas values, their blood gas values, and we do that by taking a little bit of blood from their earlobe and putting that through a machine. And before we can take the blood from the earlobe, we have to put a cream on their ears. That cream makes it so that the blood flows a lot better through the earlobe. It increases blood flow, let's say it like that. That sounds a lot better. And as you can probably imagine, something that has such a great effect on blood flow must have some terrible side effect. And the terrible side effect is that it burns and itches like hell. So we tell our patients not to touch the shit under any circumstances. And I accidentally got some of that stuff on my finger. And I immediately washed my hands afterwards. I washed my hands. And I thought that would be enough. I was rinsing them very, very thoroughly. But it seems like that wasn't enough at all. Because a little bit later, my eye was itching, and I just wanted to give it a little rub over it a little to make the itch go away, and that was a big mistake because my eye was burning like hell out of it. I still had like a tiny bit of a cream still left over on my fingers. And that stuff is pure hell. You do not want to have your eyes get in contact with that stuff. Or your nose, or just anything that's very sensitive. That was really terrible. But it was okay, I was still feeling great. The good thing that happened today was we got out of work earlier by by around 20 minutes. No, wait. I get out at 6:15 p.m. 6:15 p.m. And today I got out at 5:40 p.m. There's some coal. I need that coal. Which is nice. It's a little over half an hour out of work early, and that's pretty rare actually. We don't get to leave early very often, and I was very thankful for that, because it's winter and it's getting dark out early, and driving out in the darkness is just, I don't mind it, but it feels really depressing when you leave in the morning and you come back home and it's pitch black outside. And speaking of a way back and driving, on my way back I was caught speeding. Now this is not as big. I believe I was caught speeding. Let's say it like that. This doesn't quite work like it does in America. Like in America, you got your policeman on a motorcycle, and they got a laser gun which they point at the road, and when a speeder comes past them, the machine tells them, the laser pistol tells them, "Whoop! We got someone who's going too fast over here. Catch the twat!" And they go out, pull them over, and tell them, well, they probably give them a what's it called? A ticket. Then you get a ticket, and maybe and you have to pay a fine. You pretty definitely have to pay a fine for speeding. It works a little bit differently here in Germany. We don't actually have that many cops that we can afford to put them on motorcycles and have them watch the roads all day. We got the stationary machines, which they're not entirely stationary. They are mobile in the sense that they can put up anywhere, but once you put them down, they are stationary for at least 1 to 2 hours. And then they supervise the road with that thing. And I still haven't made a sword. I'm not going to get any bread anytime soon from that puny little wheat farm over there. So let's go out and kill some pigs. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the speed thing. Let's make 2 swords. I love a new dragging thing. Time to strike. And there's actually 2 versions. There's one version of this machine that's inside a car, and then some poor sod has to sit inside the car all day watching the machine, making sure that no one tries to conceal the car so it can't take any pictures anymore. And then there are these little boxes that you put on the side of a road, and you don't have to supervise those, but there's still going to be some poor sod who has to sit in a car nearby watching the thing. But yeah, as soon as you go past these things with too much speed, they take a picture of you. You see a bright flash and your picture is taken. And then it takes a little bit time. It takes some time for them to they develop the picture, of course. I think nowadays it's done digitally, like everything tends to be. I hope I find carrots so I can breed some more pigs. I'm going to let some of them live. Just a few. Pig murder. I really like these new rose bushes. And the great thing is, they are too high, but they're too high, and if you pluck them like this, you can put them down, they're still going to be too high again. 2 as in the number 2, not TOO. Anyway, they develop a picture and they check your license plate and they send you a very mean letter telling you that you drove too fast and then you have to pay a fine. And as I said, I'm not sure if it was for me or if it was for the other side of the road, because these things cover both sides of the road. And I wasn't driving too fast per se. On the piece of road where I was driving, it was allowed to drive 50 kilometers per hour, which is not all that fast, actually. But I was driving at 60 kilometers per hour. And that is usually well within the tolerance level. Like, these speeder machines won't take your picture if you are like, there's some tolerance levels. Like, they won't take your picture if you are like 51 kilometers, if you're running at 51 kilometers per hour through a 50 kilometers per hour zone. And usually the tolerance is about 10 kilometers per hour. So, meaning that with my 60, I should still be within the tolerance. But I'm not sure. Maybe I drove a little bit too fast. Maybe I was at like 61 kilometers per hour, which would really suck, because that means I just narrowly managed to get a ticket for that. And it was such a dumb mistake too, because I was just going fast because at first there was a line of cars ahead of me, so I wasn't able to drive very fast anyway. But then suddenly all of the cars in front of me disappeared, like one by one. You know this little phenomenon when you're driving, well, if you have a license, you know this phenomenon where you're driving through a city, or where you're driving just anywhere and there's tons of cars in front of you, and suddenly you're the only one on the road. Like, as if a massive hole in the ground just popped up and swallowed all the other cars. That's kind of what happened there, and I was like, alright, I've got a very spacious road. It was not a narrow road, and there's this principle here in Germany that you have to drive your car in such a way that you can ensure that you always have it under control. Which means that you have to take the situation into account and pass judgment whether or not you are going to be able, whether or not you feel able to drive your car in a safe manner. Of course, this means that when it's winter, you have to drive slower because it's dangerous in winter. It could be icy. Your car could suddenly slide around, and then you'd lose control and have a very terrible accident potentially. So you want to avoid situations like that. Just cleaning up a little. I need more coal. Let's see how many we make. 1, 2, 3 for now. Should be enough. And more of those. And at that moment I felt that going a little bit faster than I'm allowed would be okay, because it really was no big deal. And then, out of nowhere, I saw this bright red flash, and I got confused for a second, because usually the flash you see is a bright white, not bright red. But I assume that that they have two different lights, one for the day and one for the night. And they use red for the night because it doesn't quite blind you as much in the dark as the bright white would do. Like, imagine driving through pitch black darkness and suddenly you have this bright flash of light appear in front of you. You'd immediately lose orientation and probably steer your car into the next wall. So at least they put some thought into that. And at that point I was like, shit. And then I thought, it was actually pretty funny, because this is the first time since I got... I've been given a ticket for speeding before, like a month or two after I got my driver's license. And I was driving around on my own for the first time. And ever since then, I haven't gotten one. So now it's 3 or 4 years without any sort of traffic incident where I would be fined. And I think that's actually a pretty good ratio. I think it's an accomplishment to drive around for 3 or 4 years without anything happening to you while you drive. Or without you breaking any laws. I mean, not breaking laws should be the norm, but it's really now... Sometimes, some laws people don't take too seriously, like speed limits. Speed limits are absolutely a law, they are not a rule or a guideline. Speed limits are there to protect, and they are laws, and I am going to pay my fine should I receive a ticket. If they decide to send me a ticket. Maybe they're going to be like, oh hey, this guy wasn't actually speeding. Like, as I said, maybe I was still within the tolerance, but the machine still kicked out. But the machine still reacted just to give me a warning. Like, don't do that ever again. Next time we'll hunt you down. Then you'll have to pay a heavy fine. I don't actually think it's that bad. I think it's like $15. I don't know. I haven't paid. Oh no! Wait. Actually, I think they raised the fines for traffic-related stuff like speeding. So I might have to pay a little bit more than I thought I would have to. But that's okay. The point of telling you my day, the events that transpired today, was I was talking to you about how there are these days where you just wake up and you feel great, you love to be alive. And nothing in the world could make your mood go sour. And I just had one of these days. I don't know why. And I find it very refreshing because lately I've been in this kind of slump where I was maybe not depressed, but kind of sad all the time. I was feeling down, I was tired and didn't want to do anything. I really wanted to just get out and crawl under a rock and die and not do anything. So having this day today where I'm just happy as can be, that was fantastic. And I think it actually has to do with the fact that I have a plan for my future now. Like the whole becoming a translator thing. I think that's doing really well. That really helps brighten my mood. Because I was at work and I was thinking about the fact that I could apply for university for the next semester. And I was like, yes, I'm going to leave this shithole. Yes, I'm going to get out of here. And it just made me so fucking happy. Like you can't imagine how much I hate my job right now. It's I don't know. I absolutely admire my colleagues for how they keep doing this, and they even like their jobs. They like their jobs. Right now, at the practice, it's a little bit rough because we've been having some issues with the team. Among the team, there have been some disputes between certain people among us. I try to keep out of it because I like to be a neutral party and stuff like that. I don't like to get into trouble. Specifically, I don't like to get into trouble that is really just the business of two people and they're dragging everyone into it. I don't like that. It's the same thing with my mom and dad. When they got divorced, I didn't pick a side. I was supporting my mother. I was supporting my father. At the time, I had freshly moved out of the house, and I was living 1.5 hours away from home in a different city. And pretty much for the first 2 or 3 months, every weekend I would drive back home just so I could be with my dad, even if we didn't do much together. I just went home and I was there for him to talk to. Also, I realized that watching me mine is very boring. I'm probably going to do some stuff off camera, like resource gathering, but ooh, diamonds! We're really far down now. I need an iron pick. Immediately. Stat! Actually, let's... no. I'm going to check for hide once we get back down with F3. But yeah, I'd like to stay neutral in little disputes like that. I mean, okay, you can't really call a divorce a little dispute because obviously there were these two people. They promised to stay by each other's side for the rest of their lives, and it just didn't work out. They didn't feel like continuing their relationship, their bond was very good for either of them, so they decided to part. And at first I thought they were kind of mature about it, but there's some shit going on there between them, which I'm still keeping out of. That's really childish in my opinion. Like, they're kind of avoiding each other and stuff like that, but it's their life. It's their lives. It's their decisions. They can do whatever they want. I've got my own life to worry about. Oh, I see the. I think Mojang rewrote the sound engine once again because as I walk down these stone steps, you should be hearing my footsteps, but it's not happening. So I assume that has been a bug before. And they fixed that bug, but now it seems to be back. I got diamonds. Actually going to go back up now and wrapping up the episode because I don't know how long I have been recording. So yeah, shout out to Caleb MCC009. if that was my name. He actually explained after the last episode of Spelunky. He actually explained the name to me, which is pretty cool. It's actually got some thought behind it. And really, I'm all for nicknames that are just not the general XXX Dark Soul Reaver XX 1950 67 something like that. Random numbers, all random capitalizations, and I'm probably going to do some cleanup around here before next episode. Gather some more essentials, and next time we might get to start building a little house for ourselves, because I actually quite like building. And I believe that Ooh, he's got an iron sword. He did not drop the iron sword. And I believe that I'm a pretty good builder. So, until next time, this has been Bloodfencer. I hope you all have a very good time. Have a good night. Please check out my other series. Please check out the other videos on my channel. Like, the one series I really enjoy, I recorded it yesterday. There was an episode I really enjoyed, Agorist, Generations of War. Yesterday's episode is just fucking amazing. I had so much fun recording that, because it has the most epic boss fight ever. So, until next time, I hope you enjoy this. Bye-bye.